Good morning. It's 8:25 here on the K-Zone WPKZ, and joining us on the phone from AAA Northeast, we have John Paul. John, thank you so much for being a part of the program this morning.
Sure. Always enjoy my time here.
Thank you so much for joining us. You've got Travis and Sherman. Well, here we are. We're talking to one another. Spring is here. We're in for 2 sunny days, and we're all cooped up at home looking for something to do. I guess the first thing would be get in the car and just go for a drive. But where do you go?
Well, that's just it. I mean, it always is a little bit of a challenge. I mean, most people want to get in their car and drive, but once they drive, they want to get out and spend some time somewhere. So that's always a little bit of the challenge. The state-run beaches are closed, the parking lots are closed, so you can't go there. But you still can, walk around your neighborhood. But this is also a good excuse to go out and, take a little time and look at your car too. And the doctor that was just on brought up some really good points about touch surfaces and all of that. You have all of those same surfaces in your car: the door locks, the window controls, the radio controls, the gas cap button that you might push to open the gas door itself, the gas cap. Those are all areas that you can clean with any kind of a disinfectant type cleaner. The kind that cleans and disinfects are always good. The one thing we always tell people when it comes to their cars, don't use bleach or hydrogen peroxide on the interior car. It will make a mess out of the interior. So you just want to use a good cleaner that has a disinfectant in it, or plain old-fashioned soap and water works really well to clean all those touch areas too. If you have a newer car with a touch screen, a mixture of vinegar and water with a dash of soap in it works well, and it won't damage the touch screen. So this is a good time, especially over the next couple days where the weather looks like it's not going to be raining, which is kind of nice for a change. You can get out there and check the air in your tires. If your car hasn't gone anywhere in a while, get in your car and drive it somewhat. That will help keep the battery charged, and maybe take advantage of these low gas prices we're seeing right now, and fill up at the same time.
Now, John, you mentioned the different solutions we can use to clean our cars, and I know there's all kinds of different wipes you can get at the automotive store and whatnot, but if folks have those wipes at home, those disinfectant wipes that they've been using on things in their house, as long as there's not bleach in it, are those safe to use?
Yeah,
for car and leather and that sort of thing.
Yeah, most of those are just alcohol. And from talking to companies that make interior parts of cars, they are all very alcohol resistant. Now, would I use them on a leather interior? Probably not. But would I use it on vinyl or cloth or chrome push buttons and things like that? Absolutely. On a leather interior, if I did use those kind of wipes, I would use them and then dry it right off right away with like a microfiber towel. Other than that, I would try to I'd use a cleaner that's really designed for a leather interior. That way there's no chance of damaging anything. And like it always says in the small print of any of those cleaners, try them in a inconspicuous spot first to make sure you don't do any damage.
Now, looking at gas prices, I know we're seeing some of the lowest in years. Can you talk a little bit more about the gas prices that we're seeing in New England and more specifically Massachusetts right now? Yeah,
we are seeing some low prices. I live on the South Shore of Massachusetts, and I saw prices as low as $1.65, and but they still vary quite a bit. I saw prices as high as $2.03. Looking in your area, looking at some of the prices up there, in the 169, 179, but still shopping around can save yourself some money. I saw some prices up your way as high as 210. So certainly you can shop around, save some money across the nation. We're seeing the lowest prices. You're right, the lowest prices we've seen in quite a while. The average across the country now is 192. And we didn't think we'd see that for a while. The average in Massachusetts is still 204 because, again, the variation is there. I took a ride down to Plymouth yesterday because my wife actually has jury duty coming up, and they haven't canceled it yet. So she wanted to see where the courthouse was. And in and around Plymouth area, I saw prices about 30 cents higher than they were near where I live, which is only about 20 miles away. So it does make sense to shop around. And these lower prices, some of it has to do with when you look at gas prices in its most basic form, what causes the prices to vary, it's supply and demand. And right now the supply is very robust. The demand is low because People aren't driving as much. A lot of people are working at home, or some people, unfortunately, are not working at all. And that has limited a lot of the consumption of gasoline. That and the OPEC nations and Russia are still fighting back and forth with lowering their prices, raising their production, and that has literally flooded, and this is a quote from somebody else, flooded the market with gasoline and oil right now, and that has also driven the wholesale price of gasoline down. This is not a bad time to own a gas station. Volume's down, but profit is up.
Now, when you talk about filling up, just getting the car gassed up ready for a trip, it's also good to take a look at other things in the car. Now's a good time not just to get the car washed, maybe now's a good time to get the oil change and checking other fluids, too.
Absolutely. All the vital fluids are important to always look at pretty regularly. When I was a kid, long time ago, it was kind of a normal thing. On Saturday morning, you'd open the hood, you'd check the oil and the transmission fluid and the power steering fluid and make sure the engine coolant looked good. People don't do that anymore because cars are so dependable, but those fluids are still very important. And a lot of garages are still open. They may be on reduced hours, but on the other hand, they might also come and pick up your car and service whatever needs to be done, drop it back off. And I know I was talking to a local repairer. They'll pick up your car. They also have they've ordered a bunch of cleaning supplies so they can clean your car, so you get it back and it's all disinfected, so you don't have to worry about that. And they do it before they get in it because they worry about their own employees as well. So this isn't a bad time, you're right, to get the oil change, maybe get the wheels aligned, because although we haven't had a lot of snow this winter, we have had our share of potholes, and that will knock wheels out of alignment. It's a good excuse to check all the tires, the tire pressure. So regular routine maintenance, get it done now, so hopefully when we're through this in whatever time frame it's going to be, you will be able to really get ready to hit the road and go on those family trips that a lot of people look forward to over the summer.
Now, for those who might be taking those daily drives, or for those who are having to go to work every day as an essential employee, if they do find themselves needing service with a roadside emergency, are they still able to call AAA throughout this to get help?
Oh, absolutely. Our folks are out there. They are considered essential employees because they provide road service. Now, we have closed our AAA offices this past Saturday, but our road service employees are still there. Our call center employees are either at our call centers or they're working from home. Some of them had that option. Our president at AAA was smart enough that I believe he bought every laptop computer that he could possibly find so people could work at home and be able to take the road service calls, take the insurance calls, take the travel-related calls. A lot of people had travel still booked, and they were a little confused what to do. So all of our professional travel agents are still there trying to help our members rebook, if necessary, rebook their trips, which is what we're trying to tell people. Don't cancel them, because that could trigger a whole bunch of other things. Just think about either delaying it or rebooking it.
I'm curious, how many laptops did he have to buy for the rank and file employee?
A lot. and he also thought about something I didn't think about. When he said, I told our IT people to go out and buy as many laptops as they could find, and I just kind of looked at him when he was telling me this, and he said, well, think about it. All the laptops come from China. And those, with the production slowdowns and stoppages in China, where are the laptops going to be made? And he's absolutely right. I mean, you look at every laptop you buy, whether it's a Dell or an Acer or whatever it is, always says made in China on the bottom of it. So he was I guess that's why he's the president and I'm not. He's smarter than me.
Well, John, we know you yourself have a wealth of knowledge, and we always appreciate you calling in to talk to myself and Sherman. We hope that you stay safe and stay healthy. And where can listeners go online for more information?
Well, always go to AAA.com. That's the best way to go. If people want to ask any particular kind of car advice, AAA.com/car doctor. They can email me directly, and I try to answer every email that comes in.
John, thank you so much for being a part of the show this morning.
Thank you. You guys take care, stay well, and be safe.
Talk to you soon.
You too, John. Take care.
News is coming up next year on the K-Zone, WPKZ. We come back, we'll announce the answer to today's